Hello everybody and welcome back to another Flex episode. I am Jeanette Diergaard and today I will be taking you through our episode today. Now as usual, the Friday interviews are to flex our minds and we will be speaking to Pefimbo Shipunda from the One Economy Foundation. She is the senior social worker there and she will be telling us more about the BreakFree Game Changers event. Now for this event, they will be having various fitness clubs coming together, various gyms that will be assisting the people and taking the people through various workouts as well. And it just won't be working out. They will also be having some group breakout sessions where they will be speaking to all these people or to the participants of that day about wellness, about mental health issues, and the whole event is to raise more awareness on mental health. So if this sounds like a lot of fun and if this sounds like something that you would like to do, then stay tuned for the rest of the episode as we speak to Pefimbo, and she will be telling us a bit about everything, what One Economy does and what you can expect at the event.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraita. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
So welcome back everyone. We are here with Pefimbo Shipunda from One Economy. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, perfect. It's awesome to have you here in studio with us.
Thank you for having me.
So you guys will be having an event on Saturday. Can you just tell us the name of the event and everything that you guys will be doing there?
Okay, so this event is called BreakFree Game Changers. So BreakFree is our anti-violence campaign in the office that was started in 2017. We've been having a big focus on mental health, but of course we do focus on other issues.
Yes.
And this time we are having a big focus on mental health and especially among men. To go just in details about the event, it's this Saturday. It's going to be at Independence Stadium. We have different activities starting from a run in the morning, 5 and 10 kilometer run. And then later in the stadium, right about 8, 9, of course, we'll have our warrior challenge in the stadium. There will be live music, there will be food, there will be live performances by PDK, King Didi. There will be Kiddies Corner, so everyone is welcome definitely to come, family, young ones, and it's easy for you to spend the day with the young ones because of course there's also entertainment for the younger kids.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you mentioned that this is for the mental health and the mental wellness of the people now and to promote that. Can you just tell us how the workouts and everything that you guys will be doing throughout the day will tie in with the mental wellness of the people?
Okay, so the 4 activities now, which we are calling the Wellness Challenge, it's going to be spearheaded by 4 Namibian gym, which is Genesis, Fit City, Iron House, and Diversion Gens. And those 4 gyms are paired up with mentors who are of course going to spike the conversation on mental health. So before they start with the activity or the workout rather, they will be now having that discussion. And that's why we encourage a lot of men to sign up. It's for free for everyone. You can sign up still. There's a few spots, so people must run before the spots run out.
Yeah.
But the spots are mainly for the workout, so the discussion can be as big. There's not really a limit. But during that time is when the mentors will spike, the conversation on mental health, whatever issues we are faced within the Namibian, country and all that. So men are welcome to kind of, speak more about it. And if you look at the past months, it's a lot of suicide and mostly among men. So it's during that time the discussion will come about before the workout. And of course, at the end, each group will come on a bigger stage and the mentor will report back, but what are the issues that are coming out from their group, you know, things like that. And then we'll definitely also have a psychologist who will later on again just talk about the realities of mental health when it comes to Namibia, and also talk about how do you deal with mental health issues as well. So yeah, of course there will be music and food and, you know, the vibe is good, but of course, yeah, but of course we'll still have the discussions here and there.
Okay, awesome. That sounds like jam-packed fun to me. And can you just tell us where the whole idea came from to have this event and to have this conversation with everyone on the ground?
I think just having really mental health is under discussed, so to say. And of course, looking at the statistics. Even last week in the newspaper, Namibia is one of the highest with suicide rates. So just looking at how it's increasing day by day and looking at how we're not doing enough about it and looking at how just mental health in general and mental health among men is kind of, we don't really talk about it. We realize, you know what, let's involve the men. Let's discuss about it. Let's look at what are the issues. Maybe from there we kind of have an idea of, okay, how as a nation, how do we help or how do we jump on this issue? What are the better ways of tackling issues of, you know, mental health?
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah.
Okay. And can you also just tell us who all the players are in this whole event, and perhaps maybe it's just probably just BreakFree, but I'm speaking now within the organization. You're a senior social worker, and who else is working to make this event possible?
I would say pretty much the whole
Everyone.
office.
Okay.
Of course, we all have different tasks to do, but we definitely are assisting one another, or all our ideas are discussed, you know, as a group. Of course, you see, okay, which pillar fits what activity, what are the issues on the ground, but obviously the whole office kind of, we're working towards one big goal. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And will there be any other event of this kind that you guys will be hosting throughout the year, or is it just this once-off thing?
Now you want me to think about my activity calendar for the whole year. We do have different activities, and we have things like 16 days of activism coming up. That's also one of our big events, but of course we do other things like trainings, our biggest focus, and we focus on frontline service providers and all that. But of course I will urge people to keep a look on our social media platforms.
On what's happening.
Yeah, because of course trying to tackle social issues is not only an organization's issue, it's a nation's issue, kind of. So the more we have a lot of people on board, and of course we do work with a lot of different organizations, you know, like-minded organizations, and of course we are an organization that is donor-funded, so we really appreciate those who say, so look, we like the work you're doing, we are funding you on this to do more of this kind of work and all that. So we really appreciate a lot of organizations out there, and of course we would like to have a lot more on board. They don't have to kind of fund financially. They can say, no, we have this kind of services, or we can also jump on the you know, social issues to assist, you know, the nation.
Okay, cool. So from my understanding, I went through the application form a bit for the challenge of the 4 gyms. So the members of the public, they can sign up and they can choose to rather participate within one group, so under a gym. How is that going to work? Is it a kind of a competition, or what's happening there?
It's definitely not a competition where you win. We're just trying to have people in different groups, because all topics are definitely going to be the same. You know, we're trying to make smaller groups, but yet a lot of audience. Because now if we at least have 4 groups, because one, if I had to manage, for example, a group of 200, it will be more difficult. But if I make it, tow it down to 50, 50 here, 50 there, and we all have the same discussion, it's kind of, you target a bigger group, but at least you could engage with almost everyone in the group. So we're just trying to divide it to at least have more discussions on that. And of course, each group might kind of have a different perspective on a certain topic. So that's also kind of going to help, because of course, as when you're in a group, you're likely to be influenced by the other person. You'll be like, oh yes. But if you have now different groups, at least you have you are likely to have 4 different focuses. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. And we'll definitely come back again. So let's quickly just head over to a short break and then we'll continue this conversation.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraika. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
So we're back again, and of course we are speaking to Pefimbu Shipunda from the One Economy Foundation, and she is a senior social worker at the One Economy Foundation. So we are going to talk a bit more about what the One Economy Foundation do, what they do every single day, and the grander scheme of things. Can you just give us a brief explanation about what you guys do and how you are reaching to the communities?
So One Economy Foundation, in a nutshell, is trying to build a bridge between the first and the second economy. So trying to get the second economy access to the first economy services. So of course we have different pillars, from BreakFree, where we focus on the anti-violence campaign, BeFree, youth-related matters, Yo, which is youth opportunities. They do fantastic things there. They do masterclass on entrepreneurships and all that. Education, where you have your talented individual program for the high school learners. So we have different things, and of course with the different pillars we have. We want to achieve different things, and of course, if you look at, for example, education is trying to have talented individuals who are doing well in school, yet they don't have the finances to kind of help them go through the high school. So that's what now TIP will do to help them, give them the basic needs. Or you look at your youth opportunities. It's sometimes it's difficult to, have a master class, for example, for free. And of course, during those master classes, sometimes you have people winning a bit of money, which will in a way help you in one way or another. And of course, currently we're busy building our Center of Excellence in Katutura, a lot of fantastic
I was at where they had the site visit there.
I'm glad you were there.
It was. It's amazing the stuff that, the future and the vision behind it all. But
all in all, we have different things. I can't go into more details right now because of the time. But we definitely are doing fantastic work
for the community.
Community, yes.
Now, under the BreakFree pillar that you're under, right? Can you just tell us a bit what it is that you guys do? You can go a bit more into detail, explaining the work that you do with GBV's survivors and everything else.
Of course, with BreakFree, we do case management. Case management is like your one-on-one with a client, it's your referrals, it's your, sometimes of course you have your group work with the survivors. With case management, we have even been going to court. We do our court preparations with the client. We do court support for the client, which we call now vulnerable witness supports. I will be called now vulnerable witness supports person, for example. And of course, we do testify in court, be it bail hearing, be it your trial, depending if I was already involved from the very beginning of the case and all that. And of course, we do have a support group. And we had this since 2020, where we do quarterly big events. And of course, we still offer psychological services. We do have a private psychologist where we refer some of our clients. And I think with our support group is something I enjoy doing a lot because you see how the group is growing, or you see how people are growing, because some people can start off very shy, and then you see now how they're interacting with other people in the group, and it's fantastic to see. And apart from that, we do trainings on sexual and gender-based violence. We did a lot of training for frontline service providers. We have been to some of the regions, Kunene, Hardap, Karas, Oshana, but most of it commerce as well. So we've been around, and of course we're planning to do more of those. And apart from that, we are doing awareness raising events mostly. It's your 16 days of activism, which is a yearly event. It's different other events like what we're doing this Saturday. So just trying to reach out to the public, social media campaigns where we would go to, of course, radios, TV, or just write kind of your post on social media and all that. But we are doing different things. But yeah, I think awareness raising is also a big focus in the office, and your trainings and case management.
Okay.
Yes, and I think I don't want to leave out also research.
Yes.
We're also doing research, and currently we are updating the problematic mindsets research report that was also done a bit back, and we think maybe there are new understandings and all that. It's all about understanding the root causes of gender-based violence. And of course, with this one, we started off by doing research in the correctional facility in Windhoek, but this time to update, we are going to the regions. We went to Oshana, we went to Erongo, we'll go to Hardap, and we'll also do commerce.
Okay.
And it's basically just to get an understanding and kind of make recommendations, because we do interviews with inmates, survivors, your frontline service providers, families to survivors of abuse. And I think with those, we can also get some recommendations that we can, in the end, kind of send out the recommendation to the key ministries, for example. So, yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a lot of work, and it's just literally half of the year, and you guys are doing so much already. By when do you guys estimate that you'll be done with that report and have a more overall picture of what's going on?
Whew, what a difficult question. Collecting of data, of course, it will all happen this year, probably be done by August, just to collect data, but then you're analyzing the data and everything. That's take a little bit of time, and then you come to your designs and printing. That takes a bit of time.
So probably sometime next year.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And I can't really give a date, but yeah, of course, when it's out, we'll launch it and we'll send it out there.
Absolutely. So just to working with these survivors and, being in court with them and everything, how do you guys keep your mental health, at a top tier point to make sure that you guys are always well?
No, myself, I definitely go book myself a session with a psychologist.
Yes, absolutely.
I need to kind of just take everything out also, because of course, if it's a lot of work, it might affect you in one way or another, but we have to find ways to debrief. We call it going to debrief. So I like to debrief. I like to check up on myself. If work is a lot, of course, I must, I must take a sit back a bit. I must take care of my mental health, because if I'm not well, how do I assist others? I can't pour from an empty cup. So yeah, I definitely do also sometimes just find a session. And I think it's a part where is in our society is a little bit misunderstood, going to a psychologist. People misunderstand it a bit, but I would recommend everyone does it on a yearly basis at least. Just to try and, check up on yourself and take care of your mental health.
Take care of your mental health, absolutely. And just to conclude this part of the interview, can you perhaps just tell us what the overall number is with the people that you're working with on a daily basis, if you have a number like that, and how many people you guys reach in the community?
I would say, for example, for the past 3 months, 3 to 4 months, for trainings that we have done, I think we've reached up to about 1,000 people, which is that's now training and activations,
Yes.
where we reach out also on people on social media and stuff. For survivors, for the past 3 months, it's about, I think, around 50 directly that we worked with. And in most cases, we do kind of affect people indirectly. It can be a family member who had a survivor who was going through this, even though it wasn't that person's case. In a way, they are also affected, or in a way, you know, they also maybe are going to court for the same case, you know, because you have one case, but then it's probably 6 people that you're working with.
Okay.
Or you have a family where maybe it's issues of custody and stuff. Of course, there's father, mother, children, and all that. So yeah.
Okay. And yeah, so that ends this part of the interview. And yes, we'll definitely come back again and talk more to Befimbo, and then she can tell us a bit more about One Economy. And yes, so let's come back again.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
So we're back here with Befimbo, and we'll just end this interview session together. Can you just give your last words to the audience and just an encouragement to definitely join the Game Changers event that you'll be hosting, and yeah, why we should come?
Okay, I will encourage everyone to come to the event, of course. And it's a topic that affects us in one way or another. If it's not you, it's your family, it's your friend, it's a friend of a friend. Every day of our lives we hear of things like this. So I think this is our opportunity to kind of just to say, you know what, we all want to discuss about these matters.
Yes.
And you know what, the first 300 people to come to the event will get free food vouchers.
Guys, free food. How many? The first 300 people.
Come again?
The first 300
300
people. 300
people,
people
yeah.
is a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do come through. There'll be music, there'll be food. Of course, come with that coin, so you do support the local entrepreneurs. So different variety. Even Kapana will be there. Can you
We
imagine?
can't say no to Kapana. You need to get that protein in after you did a tough workout.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a whole vibe. So I think
will
it's an
be.
event to not miss. And yeah, I think everyone must really come and just be part of the conversation and be part of the solution.
Yes, absolutely. And if you want, there's social workers that's going to be there, psychologists. So if you would like to talk to someone in terms of maybe getting advice for your own family members, I mean, definitely do come. And I think it's going to be a wow event. It sounds wow to me already.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And do you think that this will be the norm for the years to come, or are you guys just having it this year?
We definitely want to have it as a yearly event. Funds, if funds permit. That's our only issue is because we are donor funded, of course. If we have funds every year, we're definitely going to have it every year.
Yeah, if there's a funder out there and you like this event, definitely be sure to contact One Economy and to make sure that these events occur on a regular basis where you guys can just reach more of the community. So I am excited to see what's going to happen on Saturday, and I'm excited for everybody that's going to be there. Yeah. So thank you so much, Befimbo. Thank you so much for being here with us today and for giving out your time. And of course, thank you for the work that you guys are doing at One Economy. And I'm sure that as a social worker, you have heard and seen a lot.
Yeah.
But thank you for that as well.
It's my pleasure being here, and thank you as well for having me.
My biggest pleasure. I like to hear the stories and the stuff that you guys do. It's so it's encouraging, you know, to also do something in the long run, be a part of the grander scheme of things. Yeah, but that brings us to the end of today's interview, of course, we were speaking to Pefumba, yeah? Pefimbo, yes, Pefimbo from One Economy. And she's, of course, going to be at the BreakFree
Game
Changers event.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere or go to the event, and I'll see you guys shortly. There you guys have it from us here at Flex, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that episode with me, and I hope to see you all next week again as we'll be working out and we'll be talking to some more people from the fitness and wellness industry. So do stay tuned for all of that, and definitely come back again for your Flex episode where we'll be flexing our muscles and of course our minds. That is it from me, Jeanette Deergaard, and until next time, goodbye for now.